we got some new info fresh off the presses, you know? It's coming from twitter.com.cov, of course, which is the most reliable source of information. This story, thankfully, also contains a link to a news article, which really reinforces its legitimacy. New. A Ron DeSantis appointee has just resigned after photos emerged of him wearing a KKK outfit. Nice. DeSantis appointed him to run Florida's only predominantly black county. Nice. So as we can see here, you know, we're out here partying with the boys. For some reason, we've blurred the faces of people who are hanging out with someone dressed as a Klansman, which feels to me like enough of a moral indictment that I personally would feel comfortable just leaving their faces in there. But you know, whatever. So yeah, we got the Klansman over there. Fantastic stuff. Let's be honest, everyone in Florida has worn a Klansman outfit. Maybe like 30%, but those people probably shouldn't be in office, right? Not the best state. You know, that's why God's punishing it right now. So yeah, DeSantis appointed the guy. This isn't the first time this has happened. This is the article. Go over that in a second. Florida Secretary of State Mike Ertel resigns after Halloween blackface photos emerge. Now, my man over here, you know I love me some edgy comedy. 2 months later, a government official, that's our man, dressed as a Hurricane Katrina victim. Honestly, I'm mostly offended by the lack of effort. It looks like shit. This isn't even like shoe polish. This is like, what is this? Did he just rub his like face against his car exhaust pipe for a bit? Like what? Like really? So is this just human feces? Did he just shit in his hand? You know, of course, you know, obviously, maybe we can appreciate the transformation more when you realize that, you know, he's actually the whitest human alive. My God, barely any lower teeth there. Man, I genuinely don't know. I feel like he almost looks better in the blackface. I want you to understand that this is just me insulting how he looks here. I don't know how much of it is an age poor. It's just like, I don't know. He has no soul. Well, yeah, obviously, demon and human skin. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, oof. He's rocking the lipstick at least. Well, because it's blackface, right? So he's doing the big red lips and the blackface, and this is like the hair people or the sometimes people with the fluffy hair, they have the what do they call it? What is it called? When they like sort of contain it with is head wrap bandana? No, when it contains the hair, not do-rag. Is it a do-rag? Fuck, I forget. Whatever, you know what I mean. And then he resigned. You know, good fun. Anyway, back to the current main story. I don't know where like blackface versus KKK costume lines up exactly. I feel like the KKK one's probably worse. Do you think if we met? Do you think if the Ron DeSantis Ku Klux Klan appointee met up with the Ron DeSantis blackface appointee that he would burn a cross on this guy's lawn? Do you think like do you think we could get them to get kind of like an in-act minstrel show, basically, where like they're both running around? Yeah, that would make sense, I think. That'd be good. I'd be here for that. Wow. Okay. I really don't know how to make this interesting or entertaining for you, but I need you to know that I don't clean my monitors very often because I'm a lazy piece of shit. And while scrolling down right here in this position, there is a black dot on my left monitor that is right over the upper lip of this guy, the Ku Klux Klan guy, swearing in. It is the Hitler mustache, and it's lined up right here. I don't know how. Like you don't have to believe me if you don't want. Like obviously it's too stupid of a thing to just like randomly bring up, but like right here, like it's perfectly lined up. That's actually incredible. Take a picture? No, 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 no. I don't care that much. Also, the dot isn't that big, and also, I don't want you guys judging how dirty my monitor is, okay? No, I'm not. Nope. You can believe I'm a liar. Yeah, editors, leave it in, okay? Gadsden County religious leaders are demanding a local commissioner and Governor Ron DeSantis come forward to address allegations. The commissioner resigned last Friday after a photo surfaced purportedly showing him wearing a Ku Klux Klan Robin Hood, which had been a Halloween party years earlier. Jeffrey Moore, a Havana resident and former Department of Revenue employee, was appointed by DeSantis. And oh, I want to say this right off the bat, by the way. It being a Halloween costume is not an excuse, just to be clear. Yeah, just I'm gonna be straightforward with that one. This might be like a totally arbitrary bias on my part, but like I actually feel like I might be willing to be more charitable to somebody who dresses up in like a Hitler costume for Halloween as an edgy dipshit than somebody who dresses up in a Klan costume. Maybe because I feel like people dressing up as Hitler is like a standard boilerplate, I'm edgy, pay attention to me kind of like template that I could see a lot of annoying guys doing. Whereas at least from where I grew up and in my mind, like the Klan hood has zero comedic value, like literally none. There's literally nothing there outside of like just even approximating, like even being in the ballpark. Maybe that's like the legacy in this country because the Nazi Party was over in Germany and like the Klan was here. So I don't really know. That's just a bias I have, I guess. Abruptly resigned from the post in Florida's only predominantly black county. Moore, the only Republican of the five-member board, also ended his campaign for the District 2 race, which decided in November general election. Oh, I didn't realize that he was also up for I didn't realize that he was also up for a current race. So he didn't just resign from his current position; he dropped out of the race. Hmm. Oh yeah, that's true. Hitler is a person, whereas the KKK hood is an ideology. That's true. That's true. Yeah. Dressing up as Hitler is like, haha, I'm Hitler. But like there's no haha, I'm anything if you're in a Klan hood. Like you're not anyone. They deliberately wore hoods to hide their identity because they were pussies. Tracy Stallworth, the pastor who lives in Moore's district, said the photo appears to be him, but we're going to formally ask the truth. We deserve that. It's obviously him. He resigned immediately. Nobody would resign immediately because a photo emerged of a guy who looks like you 20 years ago or whatever, wearing a Klan hood. Vaush, if the blackface dude had to resign, why is Trudeau still standing? Well, because that's a different person in a different country. I mean, because not all things always happen the same way always. I don't know. I will say, however, that not that I'm defending it, but I felt like Trudeau's behavior always came across more as like the condescending, callous disregard of the elite. Like just doing whatever they want and treating issues of import as just like costumes or aesthetics to sort of mock. Kind of like the sort of like sneering liberal disregard for the concept of there still like being work that needs to be done. Whereas I get the feeling this is more motivated by like just fucking hating black people. That again, just my opinion. That's my guess though. This feels like it's just fucking hating black people. The Trudeau thing felt more to me like an ultra wealthy socialite just obliviously trying to like win like ha-has throughout. But again, I'm just pulling together threads, just feelings that I have. Not saying it's good when Trudeau did it, not at all. Anyway, he resigns. Moore did not respond to questions about his resignation, the photo, or the KKK outfit. In an email to the Tallahassee Democrat, he said he was, quote, in the middle of hurricane preparations and would be in contact on Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday morning. As of late Tuesday afternoon, he has not replied. I love that. Sorry, I don't have time to answer questions about my Klan background. I'm preparing for a hurricane. And he's not lying, I don't think. My God. Let's take a look at Gadsden County real quick. Because I think it's important to, like, note, it's not a coincidence that these officials that DeSantis appoints are, like, massive racists. Not only is he, like, okay with that sort of thing, I have a feeling that he's probably, like, biased towards selecting those people for positions of power. DeSantis is a pretty explicit white supremacist and fascist. He's far more so than Trump, I think. Trump seems to be driven predominantly like by ego satiation, whereas I think that DeSantis, okay, to give it like to make a distinction here, I don't think Trump would derive pleasure from sending like trans people to death camps, but I do think he would derive pleasure from the crowds of people applauding him as he announced that he was sending trans people to death camps. I think Ron DeSantis would derive pleasure from the death camps, if that makes any sense. I think that a lot of what Trump does is done for like kind of an aesthetic satiation of his personal, ego, and I think that DeSantis is a more, I guess, a higher level demon, if you know what I mean. And to that end, obviously, DeSantis is weighted by his political biases, one of which is being a racist. And it is not at all a surprise to me that he would favor and prioritize racists when giving people positions of power. Gadsden, sorry, is the only majority African American county in Florida. Vaush, Trump would be pro-trans for applause. I genuinely think that he would. In a different world where you still had the same Trump, but like there was no political in for being reactionary, I think that you would have like the legendary progressive Trump. You know, um, we love our AGPs, don't we, folks? I'm just kidding. They're not real. I can't do a Trump impression at all today. He would do like TTTT language, but he would do it like on a world stage, and people would love him for it. You know. And our boy motors, our sweet, soft little boy motors. Not that they're boys, we can tell, but we'll play along. You know. Just yeah. And he would, and I'll be screaming. Not gonna lie, that'd be kind of cool now. It'd certainly be fucking funny. Yes, mandatory Trump boy removal. He would he'd send the boy motors to the boy removal camps where your the black hoodies would be tossed into a pit and burned. People would be cheering. Anyway, a lot of info here. More than I expected for a relatively small county. What does any of this mean? Don't worry about it. Overwhelmingly Democrat voters. Nice. Oh, if they updated the this is the position that he was running for. District 2, right? Yeah. Ended his campaign on the District 2 race. Yeah, okay. Nice. Racism is bad. Explain. I'm going to. What are his policies? Trans Trump? DeSantis? Which bit are we doing right now? What act are we on? The KKK guy? Oh, fucking trans mass Trump. No, he's not trans. He would be like the cis ally, right? I feel like so we already know that Donald Trump is a chaser, right? Because all reactionaries are. I feel like he would. I feel like he would be one of those like really horny supportive chasers, as the like pro trans Trump or whatever. Like he would talk about girl cock all the time or something like that. Or he would like talk about that Estfolo Monster Energy drink can. That's what they call you. Unfortunately, I'm never beating the chaser allegations because as a product of my audience mostly being trans, I now follow like mostly trans people on Twitter, which means that other trans people are exposed to me on Twitter, which means I follow them because I follow back after 1,000 followers, and then it's like this runaway cycle. Yeah, I saw the Rudy Giuliani drag thing. It makes me uncomfortable because I'm transphobic. You know, Republicans are in favor of supporting assaulters and clanners. Who the tweeted this? That's crazy. Tweeting a graph? Republican voters are 3 times as likely to vote for a Republican candidate accused of sexual misconduct and 3.5 times likely to vote for a Republican candidate convicted of sexual assault than a Democrat would be for a Democrat candidate. Yeah, Republicans really don't give a if the guy that they're voting for is a rapist, like at all. The Republicans are like in basically in every category. The only yeah, like in every category basically, except for committed a felony, where Democrats are 1% higher. In every other category, it seems the Republicans are more likely to not give a shit how bad the person they're voting in is. Effective sexual harassment allegations on a congressperson. Yeah, where Republicans are all like, let the voters decide. Because Republicans love rape. Republicans still voted for Roy Moore in Alabama when he was accused of being a pedo. Yeah, they're credible allegations of him fucking like a 14-year-old or something. And then he lost by 1 point to a Democrat. And there were Republicans being like, listen, he's raped a child, and that's not good, but Democrats are evil, so we gotta vote him in. Oh, sorry, she was 13, my bad. My apologies for downplaying the severity of the crime. I guess we shouldn't be surprised with the Alabamans. He also used his office to stalk a 16-year-old. Yeah. Is this a different moral framework where we can only use a stick? My moral framework involves a stick.